Can practicing less actually make you a better saxophone player? That's exactly what happened to me after I made just 4 simple changes to my routine. Now I spend less time practicing, but my improvement has skyrocketed. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to copy my method to save hours, speed up your progress, and keep your motivation sky high every day. To start, let me show you the first change that saved countless hours of wasted practice time for me. I spent years working out of the most popular jazz books, trying to learn the hottest licks that would impress listeners. Seemed like a good plan, but I was actually going about the process completely wrong. Imagine your dream was to become really good at cooking classic Italian cuisine, but all the most popular cookbooks were about Asian food. Would you just study those because that's what everyone else was doing? No, of course not. You'd get Italian cookbooks and practice making those recipes, right? So many music students are practicing things that are totally wrong for what they want to do musically. They're working out of books that were made for an entirely different purpose. Sure, you can learn stuff from them, but if you want to make Italian food, a Thai cookbook is not the best way to go about it. You're probably studying from YouTube videos and books that might have very good information, but aren't suited to what you eventually want to be able to do on the saxophone. And that can result in wasting tons of precious practice time, feeling as though you're not getting any better, massive frustration, and maybe even giving up. But here's the simple solution nobody talks about. Instead of blindly following popular trends, first, clearly identify the kind of music you genuinely love and want to play. Do you want to cook Italian or Asian? You have to pick the style that lights you up and inspires you, not just what everyone else is cooking. An easy way to do this is think of your favorite saxophone player, somebody you would love to sound like. If your favorite player is Charlie Parker, then bebop is your musical cuisine. If it's Grover Washington Jr., maybe smooth jazz is your thing. You have to choose a clear musical direction before you can effectively move toward it. If you don't have a favorite saxophone player, you need to start listening and find out whose sound and style resonates the most with you. But once you have that clear musical direction, how do you choose what to practice? The first step is to identify your biggest weaknesses. Is it sound, rhythm, improvisation skills? Maybe your favorite saxophone player is someone like Kirk Whalum, and you want to one day play with a soulful, melodic style and lush sound like he does. You should probably focus your energy on improving your sound, rhythm, and melodic improvisation. You probably shouldn't spend all your time on altissimo, double time, and advanced harmonic substitutions just because those topics are popular. Those things aren't aligned with your goal, and they'll probably just slow you down. If you need more help with this, click the link in the description because I have made the ultimate solution just for you. Even if you know exactly what you want to sound like and what you should be studying, most saxophone players still end up wasting countless hours practicing in the wrong way. Let me show you how I used to practice completely wrong myself. I used to feel this immense pressure to improve my playing to the level of others around me. I was comparing myself to people way ahead of me and thought I needed to put in a massive amount of practice if I ever were to have a chance of catching up. Other people could play much faster than me, so I convinced myself that I needed to work every scale and pattern up really fast. I practiced playing those things way faster than I was able to execute accurately though, because I thought if you want to play fast, you have to practice fast. That's not practice. It's the opposite. All I was doing was reinforcing terrible habits, playing sloppy with tension, fingers flying off the keys. I had bad rhythm. It was a mess. The worst part is that I don't even like playing fast that much. Not only does practicing that way reinforce bad habits, it guarantees that you'll never reach the goal of clean, fast technique. The way I practice now saves me so much time, builds good habits, and gets way better results. It's so simple. Here are 3 rules to follow that will allow you to get way more done with less practice time. Always play at a slow enough tempo where you can execute the line with perfect technique. If you make a mistake, don't tense up. Instead, relax, slow down, and correct. Keep yourself physically relaxed at all times. When you play, the slower you go, the easier this will be. Pay special attention to common tension areas like your embouchure, fingers, and shoulders, and gently remind yourself to release any tension while you're playing. Practicing very slowly, relaxed, and accurately is like a superpower for progress. Practicing too fast with mistakes and tension is the reason most people progress very slowly or not at all. Having a little patience will pay off big time, trust me. There was another big mistake I was making that was costing me years of wasted practice time, and you're probably making it too. Not only did I practice things that were not aligned with my goals and reinforce bad habits by practicing too fast and sloppily, I was practicing the same things over and over for far too long. So many people do this, and it just keeps you stuck in the same place. No wonder why you don't feel any sense of progress. If you wanted to master Italian cooking, would you just make the same spaghetti and meatballs over and over again? No, of course not. You'd explore many different recipes from all the regions of Italy. Here's another example of how I used to practice the wrong way. I might have found some really slick line that I wanted to learn in all 12 keys, like this one. So I would practice something like that way too fast and spend way too long on it because it never came out clean. What I should have done was play it slowly, relaxed, and with accuracy, and then move on to something new right away. There is no perfection with music, only incremental improvements that can go on forever. Every time we introduce fresh material, a scale, a melody, a lick, it enriches us and makes learning more new stuff easier and faster. Changing things up like this creates a feeling of forward momentum. With every new thing we learn, we get a win that motivates us to move on to the next step. Who do you think would make more progress? The player that practiced the same 10 things over the course of a year, or the player who practiced 100 different things over the course of a year? Here's another superpower tool and how you can implement it in your practice. We now know what musical direction we want to work towards, and we have identified our weaknesses and are ready to focus on those. Now it's time to choose practice material based on that and introduce something new on a regular basis. Pick something and work on it for 3 consecutive practice sessions max. More than that, and it'll start to get stale and you won't be feeling the forward momentum that we want. Then you introduce something new and repeat the process. This can be a new scale, exercise, song, doesn't matter. It just has to be small and manageable. We learn the fastest when we're beginners. So by tackling fresh material regularly, we keep getting a boost from that feeling of accomplishment. That's so important for sustaining long-term practice habits. For example, in my daily practice, I always work on playing jazz standards. I play the melody and I improvise over the chords with no accompaniment. I might play 3 or 4 different tunes each day, but I make sure that every day I change them up. Sometimes it'll be a tune I've never played, but more often it'll be tunes that I haven't played in months. Once you've done this for a while, you're going to want to cycle back to things you practiced months before and level them up a bit further. This way of practicing is a total game changer and will literally save you years of wasted practice time while supercharging your progress. But how do you know exactly what to practice? What scales, which exercises, which songs? At Better Sax, we have a program that is designed to guide you step by step through the whole process of developing a beautiful sound, solid rhythm, and improvisation skills that can be applied to exactly the music you want to play. You'll learn how to use these superpower practice techniques so you can improve at a highly accelerated rate. It's been a transformative experience for so many people, and if you're interested, click the link in the description to learn more. There's one more super practice strategy I want to share with you. The reason why people tend to stick to practicing the same material for years on end is because it feels safe and easy. You already know your major scales, but that diminished scale you'd like to learn, it's a bit too intimidating. It's much easier to play the songs you already kind of know than to tackle a brand new tune you've never played before. I get it. I did the same thing for many years, but it really held me back, and I want to help you avoid this critical mistake. Think of Goldilocks. But instead of porridge, she's eating bowls of spaghetti and meatballs. Now, when she tries Mama Bear spaghetti, it's way too cold. This is like practicing the same old stuff that you already know. It's too easy. There's no challenge there, so we don't learn anything new, and we don't feel like we got a win from our practice session. Now, when she tries Papa Bear spaghetti, it's way too hot. This is like practicing things that are too far outside of our comfort zone. It's too much of a challenge, which leads to frustration. Again, We don't really learn anything new and don't get the feeling of a win from our practice time. Baby bear spaghetti, on the other hand, is the perfect temperature. This is like practicing fresh material that is slightly or moderately challenging. You have to do a little bit of work, but because it's manageable, you learn something new, make progress, and feel like you've accomplished something at the end of your practice session. Extra bonus, that feeling of accomplishment motivates you to get back into the practice room again the next day. So here's how you can serve yourself the perfect baby bear spaghetti in every practice session. Commit to always including fresh new material that is aligned with your musical goals. It should not be too easy and not too difficult. To give you a rough guideline, you want it to be something you can get under your fingers in 1 to 3 practice sessions, spending 20 minutes or less on it each time. If it's a new piece of music, maybe you only work on one new section to keep it in the Goldilocks zone. If it's a new lick, maybe you only work on it in one key to keep it the right level of challenge. The more you do this, the better you'll get at adjusting the challenge level of your practice material to suit your needs. As long as you're in that Goldilocks zone, you'll be moving forward. Imagine if you implemented these 4 tactics in your practice, how it would accelerate your progress. This is exactly how I was able to get so much more done with way less practice time. Now, click the link in the description if you want to work with me on all this stuff and a whole lot more. And then go watch this video next where I show you exactly how to practice something so you can just copy me.